All right, here we are at 189 pounds at this year's Southeast region. Still joined with Glenn. I'm glad he's here with me tonight to do this, and so we can just talk. Glenn, I'm just going to go on record before we even start talking about this one. This one, there is like, you can go 8, 9 deep of guys that are capable, maybe even further than that are capable of getting into the top 5 in this weight class. Like, this is really who has the best weekends. Is gonna go to states for this. It's aside from Quinn Collins, there are 0 guarantees here. Everyone in this weight class has taken a bad loss or just losses at inopportune times. No one's like really wants to like seize control of that like second spot in these rankings. I've really monitored this weight class a lot this year just because no one really wants, like, there's no consistent guy past Quinn Collins, and Quinn Collins wasn't even there till what, after Christmas, so it was really wide open for a while. It was like, it was Sam DeTrolio's, but then he didn't come in till late because he was missed some time from football. Coming off football, it was just like, no one wanted to be the guy. It was just that much balance in talent.
Yeah, and Sam Milligan's undefeated, but he's 25-0. What's that?
And he's the 5 seed.
Yeah, and we just don't know what he's capable of doing. I kind of have it as a 2-man race in my head just because of DeTrulio's track record. But I agree with you. It's Collins and then everybody else. So let's get right into it. So take us backwards and bring us in.
All right, so a few matches, and again, there's gonna be a few matches that I'm interested in seeing this first round just because of the balance in this weight class. Caden Rosner from Quakertown, he was in and out of the rankings for me this year from PIAA Power, and Chase Thompson is kind of like a mainstay, but as of late, Rosner's been on, and definitely his stock is rising. I think the Milligan Siddell match from PW is going to be good. Milligan, he's 25-0, but Matt Siddell has been there. Like, he's been around the block. Hunter Long, Jake Allred again, you can flip a coin with that one. Hunter Long is like, he's been a little bit up and down, but he's got some good wins to his credit. I know, Glenn, you'll probably expand upon that and talking about him. Kyle Houston quietly won 26 matches this year for Springford. Like, you didn't really hear about him. And John Harwood, you go down and down. That Gabbett Falcone match is going to be a good one. But if I have to pick one that I'm really looking forward to, I don't know. Geez, Glenn, it might be the Rosner Thompson match, the first one I talked about. I think that might be the one I'm most excited about. And then one after that is going to be the Gabbett Falcone match down at the bottom.
I didn't really. I kind of had a different vibe. With the first round. I mean, I have Collins and Rosner, Milligan, and Coach there. I mean, the same way. I mean, I just feel that that's the way that's going to go. But they're going to be decent matches. Siddell, like you said, he is a tough out. He's beaten Long, probably 4 or 5 times. I think he's 5-1 lifetime on Long. And, but he gets pinned at districts. So it's like not at districts, at the leagues by him. So there's anywhere, and we get into these big guys, they lock up. Everyone's looking to throw. And that's why I think you're feeling that a couple of these matches go the other way. Because I can tell you right now, Cade Gabbett, he's going to get by Falcone. I mean, that's one where I feel strongly about. And then with Aldred and Long, when I first looked at that match, I'm like, Long's in a great spot coming in as a 4 against him, but I do have Allred winning that. So, and I have Houston over Harwood. So again, it's just like, you don't really know right in there. And then I think you're going to see when you go to the bottom who you kind of like a little bit more coming back to it. Because I really do think that, with DeTrulio and Collins and Milligan there, that we have, I have Allred, getting all the way to the semi, just because it's one of those things where I don't really know those guys very well, and I don't get to see the Conestoga guys because they don't go anywhere either. And that's an issue for them, Yeah. They haven't.
We just look at my bracket and with yours. So Milligan, Central League, Allred Central League, Harwood Central League, Falcone Central League, Detrolio Central League. There's 5 Central League guys in this weight class, and if they were all in the South, we wouldn't have these 5 guys here. Like, someone would have been sitting home. So because Conestoga ends up in the North, that kind of helps out and gets one extra guy. Allred and Harwood have wrestled before. Allred's had the better of him as of late. Harwood's had the better of him as of late. Allred beat Cook in the finals at the North. I was not there, but in the beginning of the match, Cook came at him and kind of went upper body, and Allred lat dropped him to his back and hit him for 5, and that was the difference in an 8-3 decision he had over him. But I got Harwood and Detrolio. I got 3 out of the 4 semifinalists that are all Central League guys. This was a very Central League heavy weight class all season. A lot of guys. But like you said, let's drop down to consolation. Let's see how we think it plays out. So I got Kahn and Thompson from Sun Valley. I think Thompson wins that one. Then I think he turns around, beats Falcone, coming off the loss in the quarterfinals. I got Sadell beating Harvey, but then losing to Allred. I got Houston beating Long and Gabbett beating McCarthy, but then Cook beating Houston. I got Rosner beating Gabbett. I got Cook beating Rosner. And I got Allred beating Thompson. Milligan knocking off Allred, coming off the semi-loss. Harwood beating Cook. Again, another one. I don't know if I deleted it by accident, but I'll go down to the bottom. I'll talk about the 5-6 match. I got Allred beating Cook again. In a really tight match to go to states, and then up there with Milligan and Harwood. I'm going to go with Milligan. He lost the one match, got refocused, and then he comes out and he wins the 3rd place match after beating Allred in the Conci semis.
Yeah. So I mean, the problem for me down here is I have Gabbett not in that spot, and so I don't have Rosner against.
Against Gabbett.
Yeah, but I do. My feeling here is that Rosner's not going to see Coke there, so that's kind of a big difference for me. But I do have Rosner, in this 5th place match. I don't know who it might be against Coke there, but this is his last chance from Phoenixville. We've always heard about it. We've been watching and waiting. So this is it for him. And so
we still have one of the longest droughts in having a state qualifier.
I'm just kind of, maybe it's just a sentimental feeling for Phoenixville or not, but I feel that he's got to do it this year. But I don't even, if he is where he is against Rosner's again, this is, if Quakertown needs points to win this thing, Joe, none of these guys beat Rosner. That's my point. I think that, there comes a time and point where we talk about different levels. This is where we're going to see where the level is for the individual, because some of these kids don't have the team or the schedule or the high intensity room or the program, if you will, or even the coaching staffs. I mean, I hate to say it, but some teams do not have deep coaching staffs that have coaches that can work with those upper weights every day, and they might have to throw in a coach that just is kind of trying to hang with the big man. So and we've been there. We know that we coach. We're in there. I was a bigger guy. You got to make these kids better. So, I'm with you on Milligan. He's undefeated. I think he's going to get the states, probably in that 3 spot. But I really want to see Coke get out there and get to Hershey and see what he can do. So it's tough. This is a tough bracket down below. And I have Rosner going too somewhere in there. I don't know if it'll be the 5 or the 4 spot, wherever Coke isn't.
I think ultimately comes down to Coke is a casualty of just not having enough high-level competition that prepares him for the grind that the regional tournament is. I just think when he come down to it, like Strath Havens have gone to tougher tournaments. Allred's already got a few wins over him, got a lot of quality wins on his resume this year. It can compete at that level. Big kid, strong kid. I'm drawing a blank. Haverford has a little bit tougher schedule, so I think all those things factor in to that decision for me at least.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not really sure. I haven't seen All Red wrestle. All I know is that these 189 pounders are big boys.
Yeah,
I've noticed the length. They're tall and they're slapped together. And if they're short, they're jacked. So
yep,
there might be some contrast of styles, long against strong. I always like to see that. But Quinn Collins has got it both. He's kind of put together a great season, a great run. I like to really see him, get up on the podium high at Hershey. So it's his to lose. Like you said, there's a couple weight classes like we can look at that way, and everyone else battling for those other spots. So this will be a good one, Joe. Again, there's no reason to leave the gym early at Oxford at all this year.
no, we're gonna talk about
The talent.
I'm pumped for heavyweight. Like I can't wait to talk about heavyweight.
Well, let's move to 215 then. If we're done there, we're almost home.